right, so in our last NBA segment, we spent too much time discussing LeBron James, and we kind of got carried away. So LeBron is a very sensitive topic. Let's leave him out the picture unless we're talking about the Cleveland team. Is that clear? That's the rule. Cool. Unless we're talking about Cleveland, we won't discuss LeBron James anymore. We got here. And discussing the NBA season that just started, the San Antonio Spurs were crowned champions last year. Many people didn't predict them to win. We thought Miami was going to repeat. They're the champions. Do we see them repeating? Who are the top contenders? What do you guys like for this 2014-2015 campaign? The good teams, not the bad teams, because we won't discuss that either.
I don't see them repeating. That's just not the Spurs way.
That's not the Spurs way. It's every other
Not
year.
at all.
Okay, Mike.
Agreed. I don't see them repeating.
You don't see them repeating?
Numbers don't lie with that. It hasn't been a repeat champion since Miami, and they were 2 seconds away from not repeating. So
okay,
I don't see
And
them
the
repeating
Lakers
either.
before them.
Then also the Spurs are 2 seconds away from being a repeat champion because
Okay.
they lost the first time and then won the second time.
Right.
I can't think of a better team right now, at least early in the season, better than them.
I can. I think the Dallas Mavericks are a super team. That's
They're a
my.
very good team.
I think they're a very good team. They got Chandler Parsons. They also got
They also
Dirk
lost to the
Nowitzki.
Spurs.
Yeah,
Jameer Nelson.
Jameer Nelson. They have Devin
Have a
Harris.
nice roster.
Raymond
They
Felton,
picked up
he counts.
Richard Jefferson. They have a very deep bench
Nice
where
team.
Carlisle can coach. In 2011, we didn't predict them to win, and they did. So I personally picked the Dallas Mavericks if the Spurs don't
That
repeat.
West is tough, barring injury, of course.
Barring injury, yes.
Barring
Barring injury. The West is not tough. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why.
It
It is.
is.
Because if you look at Houston, Houston
They
to me is
lost
a little
already.
bit.
They lost to the Spurs.
Who?
Without
it
Kawhi
was
Leonard.
game one.
Without Kawhi
It was
Leonard.
game one of the season. We can't base
This
guys off
season,
of game
yeah.
one.
But
It was the
you're,
first game of the
why not?
season.
you can't base guys over game one, but you're basing them over 2 games after.
We talking about personnel. Looking at the
I'm not
personnel,
gonna scream.
it's a nice, it's a good
It's a
personnel.
good-looking team. In the West, I don't see it as tough. The Clippers to me are overrated. I don't see them going anywhere. I see Houston a little bit overrated too because Dwight Howard is not playing to his potential. Like Shaq says, barbecue chicken 28 and 15. He's not
He is
giving that
playing
at
to
all.
his
Never. That's
He's
not.
not.
That's not the
That's
White.
his potential. 18 points.
That is his
18 to 10 is the
potential.
potential
No,
for
it's
big
not.
man in the league.
Listen,
Get
man,
out of
has
here,
he
man.
done more?
At some point, we have
He
to
should be
accept
able to
it.
do more.
Why? Hold on.
He's not gonna do more. He
what
is
more
who
do you
he
need?
is.
What more do you need to think that he could do more?
He
If
should
he
be able
hasn't
to
done
do
more
more.
yet,
He's the biggest
why-
guy in the league. He should be able to.
He's
Hey,
not
been
that
in the
big.
league.
He's
9 years.
Okay,
Carl,
so
at some point,
He
okay,
is
so
who
what
he
about
is.
James
He is
Harden?
what he's-
Harden hasn't
he is
been
what
able
he
to
is.
elevate the team either. So
James
James
Harden has been on that team.
Based off of this week in systems and personnel in the Western Conference, who do you see coming out, Ken?
I like Golden State. I like the way they play.
You took my answer.
That's my answer
I
too.
like
Golden
Golden
State
State.
because of
Golden State
their
was
now
looking
listen
good.
up now their
Steph
coaching
is looking
changed.
nice.
Their coaching changed. They went from Mark Jackson to a first timer and Steve Kerr. Did Steve Kerr come into a system that was already built? All he has to do is just run his system. Like how is it? How is that a factor now?
I think it's a similar system, but for Mark Jackson, unfortunately, he lost the team at the end of the year.
Was that because of management?
It's because of management. It's because of management. Because of management.
Nah, he never lost a team.
No, I'm talking
He
about
never-
management. No, when I say
Yeah,
he lost
he
the
never
team,
lost
when I say he lost the team, he lost like the
He lost
management
management.
didn't want to give him that
True.
team.
Okay,
anymore.
Mike, your
True.
predictions for the West.
I
Golden State.
predict Golden State, and
Come on.
the reason I predict Golden State because Steve Kerr, the offense that he's running is a beautiful offense for the two shooters, Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, because he's running like a triangle motion offense. So it's going to get them a lot of open shots. They are my pick, but they've been my pick for 2 years. So who knows if it's going to work or not? but
Anthony,
they're
your
my
pick.
And me, well, this is of
Lakers.
course is not based. I wish I can
Where's
say
that
the
Kobe
Lakers.
piss? Lakers.
I wish I can say the Lakers, but I can't this year. So I will
Last
have to
year,
go
the
with
year before.
the Clippers.
The Clippers. Now,
Yes.
let's discuss the Clippers. Are they overrated? A lot
Very.
of people
No.
think they're very
Very.
overrated.
No.
They're
Very.
overrated. A lot of people call CP3 not
Listen.
CP3, they call him CP0.
He is.
That's an issue.
How
with-
many?
I don't know why.
I'm not sure about this. So I'm gonna ask. How many years this team been together? 2, 3 years?
About
I
3
think this is their
years.
third year. They
So,
came in at the
honestly-
With Doc Rivers there.
This
too.
is
What,
the
2
year.
years?
Yeah, right.
This is the year they have to
That's
get
why-
it done.
that's why I
Or
said-
after this, you gotta blow the team up. You gotta blow the team.
That's
up.
what I say.
You gotta blow. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think if you don't win it
What
this
are we
year.
talking about? The core of the team? We
talking about the team.
We're
CP3?
talking about
It's
Blake
like
Griffin,
4
DeAndre
years
Jordan.
since
Yeah.
No,
the-
3
No,
years. They
it's like
came in
3
3
years.
About 3 years.
Since-
But
since
2
the
since
lockout.
Doc.
Since
the
Before the
lockout.
lockout, I
Since the
believe.
lockout.
So it's
So
3
2012, 2013, 2014, this is, I think, their fourth year.
This is the year I'm
This is
looking
the
for them
fourth.
to really break out as the.
Well, I mean, this is.
and do it.
I agree then. If they're not going to do it now, then
They're never gonna
That's
do it.
all
All right,
said.
all right. So we have Golden State, we have the Clippers, Golden State, Dallas. All right. Moving on to the Eastern Conference. Derrick Rose, when healthy, is back for them. Right?
already.
He's
Derrick
not
Rose-
back.
He's not. Well, he's back somewhat.
New
Oh.
York.
I don't know. In that first game, he only had
Eastern-
13
You're right.
points.
He's
Wait,
back
time out.
injured.
Honestly,
Time out.
He's
Aaron
back
Brooks is the
injured.
one who got busy
Okay,
for them.
okay. Time. Okay, let's go. So in the Eastern Conference, the top two looking contenders are Cleveland and the Bulls. Do we
Cleveland.
agree with that right now for the top
No.
two teams?
Those are the top two teams.
I think
now.
Miami.
On paper. How?
On paper, what you mean
How?
how?
What are we going off of? What are we going off of?
I don't go off the beginning of the
What are we
season.
going on?
I don't read
Oh, so-
nothing
so
into the
Miami's
beginning of the
gonna-
season. The
stop.
beginning of the
No,
season
No, I'm not
means
saying
nothing.
Miami. What are we going on? I think
Going
the East
off
is
of-
wide
But
open.
But listen,
no,
but listen,
I think there's more
Chicago,
parity in the East.
Chicago, if you put Pau Gasol with Joakim Noah, that's a tandem down
Look
low.
what
What if
they
I
did to
put
the Knicks.
And look what the Knicks did to Cleveland. What are we saying?
That was more about Cleveland being bad, not the
here we
Knicks
go.
being good.
Oh, here we
Y'all
go.
can't take,
36
y'all
Here we
can't
go.
take
All
any
right,
of these
what
games.
we talking
Y'all
about?
can't. I don't see how you could factor any of these games into it. Like it's the start of the
All right,
season.
So we
like,
just not supposed-
okay.
So when should we
Let's
watch
just throw some-
basketball?
when everybody else watched after the All-Star break. That's
ridiculous.
after the All-Star
Okay,
break.
let's just throw some
So why
order.
could
Okay,
why
let's
can the
just-
Cleveland game be about Cleveland, but then the Knicks game could against the Bulls couldn't?
Yeah, look what the Knicks did. Come on, man.
So you don't think
I'm talking
well,
about
Bulls,
Chicago.
Chicago,
Chicago
and
game
I
was the
think
first game.
I think a healthy Derrick Rose, the Bulls are the clear favorites.
the clear favorites. All right,
Clear.
Do you agree?
Get your
No.
glasses, man, because you can't see
It's
clear.
clear.
No, you do
No.
not agree. Who do you think's coming out?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Knicks. No, I'm playing. I'm joking. I'm a Knicks fan.
Right.
But I'm gonna be very honest. I think the team that we're really sleeping on, Washington.
Washington, I knew it.
Washington was because they have an
So they got my guy
identity.
Paul Pierce, right?
No, Paul Pierce does help. That veteran leadership helps. It puts you
Especially
over
when he
that.
gets ejected.
That's exactly why they're gonna lose.
But they have a system. Everyone knows their role, and people are content and they're comfortable with their role. And I'm not trying to throw the coaching card out there, but as a coach, the number one thing is you got to get your players to buy into what you're
Coach
doing,
is speaking,
and
ladies
those
and
guys are
gentlemen.
buying into what
The
they're
coach
doing.
is speaking.
One look, their second best player is out for 2 months.
Well, I
That
mean,
has a lot to do with how the.
you're
it's,
right.
It's just as important as how you start as how you
You're right.
see
But
that.
I think if they
Yeah,
can, if
you're
they
right.
can, if
Seeding
they can
is-
somehow, just like I didn't want to say this earlier with the Western Conference, don't count out Kevin Durant and them. If they can somehow get through this first 2 months and stay afloat by All-Star break, they will get into their roles.
Okay.
You've seen that happen before.
Okay,
You've seen that
so let's
happen
get to Kenny. Kenny, your prediction for the Eastern Conference.
I think the last two teams would be Cleveland and Chicago. But I think Miami is going to have some. I think they're going to be there. I think one of them is going to
So
have
if you
to
had
go
to
through
pick one,
Miami.
though, pick one.
I'd say Cleveland because I think LeBron James will shut down Derrick Rose.
So you have Cleveland and Golden.
He's done it
Wait,
before.
Okay, wait, one
No, he did it
second.
for 2 minutes.
He did
At
it.
the end of a game.
And they
It's a
look.
48
Didn't they not
game.
lose in 5 games against them? Did he not take them on 5?
You talk about
What's the
Derrick
answer?
Rose 4
Answer the
years
question.
ago.
Answer the question.
You talk about now, 4 years ago.
I think he was
Okay,
better 4 years
okay,
ago.
So
I don't
wait,
even
so
think Derrick
your-
Rose would be a factor.
So your prediction
I don't
right
see him
now is
making it through the
Chicago,
season.
Golden State, right? Did you pick Golden State in the?
No, I like them. I don't know if they're going to go to the finals.
Okay,
That's
so-
a little much.
Okay, that's a little.
We gotta
much.
make our finals predictions. That's
Finals
what you're asking
predictions.
for.
Well, okay, yeah. In
Finals
November,
ain't come till June.
Final predictions now, just to call it off of what you've seen in the week and what you've seen
Personnel and
everything and coaching and injury and OKC we didn't mention. OKC is another team that can full-fledged go when they get Russ and KD back. So predictions for the finals:
Cleveland Spurs.
Cleveland Spurs.
Chicago and I'm looking at. I got Spurs or I'm going to OKC. I'm saying OKC.
All right, I'm saying Chicago, Dallas.
I'm going Cleveland, Clippers.
Cleveland Clippers.
Try it again. Chicago and Golden State. I mean, it's my last. I'm not picking Golden State ever again. If they don't win.
Okay, all right.